Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight.
Students head back to the classrooms at C.H. Reeves Junior High School.
The League of Haitian Pastors responding to an influx in Haitian migrants.
Two were brought before the magistrate's court on separate murder charges.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Joaquin. Hundreds of students returned to the classrooms at C.H. Reeves Junior High School today after the school was reportedly comprehensively cleaned following the Bahamas Union of Teachers' concerns about mold. But that did not stop fed-up parents from voicing their concerns and insisting the kids are the real victims. Jasmine Brown reports.
Classes resumed here at C.H. Reeves this morning, with some irate parents dropping off their kids as they explain the hell they've been through over the last few months.
Because they're not learning. They are the victims. If they was entitled to a certain amount of learning and the school is open early and they're not getting it, what the government really looking for these children to really perform, or what results you want from them? It's no good results. So from 8 to 3, it's a good timing for school, and so if government is not meeting the demands of the teachers, I'm only a parent. And as long as my child is being taught, whatever goes on in school, that's based on the teachers.
Those were the sentiments expressed by just about every parent we spoke to on Monday morning as they dropped their kids off to the school's campus just off Robinson Road. Many of the parents expressed concern over the amount of time their kids were missing due to school consistently ending half-day during the fall semester. Diana Stewart Roll's son is in the 9th grade. She insists he is losing valuable teaching time even as he prepares to take BJCs. It's a situation she is not happy about.
They even being taught, they're just sitting around outside just lingering. So that's very frustrating because my son had to take BJC and they ain't started yet.
Teachers have consistently raised concerns about mold and water leakages in classrooms, termite and rat infestations, and non-functioning bathrooms, among other issues. Last October, those teachers refused to work due to those issues. But parents Dwight Atherley and Karen Davis both say it never should have been allowed to get this bad.
I feel bad because situations like this should have been already solved, right, man? Because, you shouldn't have children in school where you deal with those kind of things, you know what I mean? These are young kids and then all kind of germs and so forth going on. They should have dealt with that. They should have known about that from when school was closed over the summer, you know what I mean? And this is a half day until the children learning.
And if there is a mold in the school, I feel that the children should be split up in a different school other than staying home or coming to school early because they're not learning.
Minister of Education Jeffrey Lloyd completed a walkabout at the school on Sunday and told reporters that the school was meticulously cleaned and ready for occupation following teachers' concerns of substandard conditions. Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson was a part of that walkabout and says she was at the school with education officials until 8 p.m. She confirmed the efforts of the ministry and confirmed teachers' return to the classroom and says for now, industrial action has been placed on hold. The union took a strike vote in December.
I won't say it's eliminated altogether, but right now we're holding it, and I must say, as I said earlier, they've really made a great effort.
She also had these words of advice for the minister when it comes to keeping the peace with the union.
I'm not an adversary of his, but when he's going to go out publicly and give erroneous information and misinformation from persons in the ministry who has a personal issue with me, then he's going to find himself in a war of words with me because I'm going to represent my members and I am going to call him out on the misinformation.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
All right, thanks, Jasmine. Well, we may only be 7 days into 2019, but more than 300 Haitian migrants attempting to enter the Bahamas illegally have been taken into custody by the Royal Bahamas Defense Force personnel so far this year. And while the president of the Haitian League of Pastors acknowledged that the journey is a dangerous one, he says when people are hungry, they will do what they have to do. Jared Hicks tells us more.
The president of the Haitian League of Pastors responding to the Prime Minister's recent comments in a local daily where he says a recent influx of Haitian migrants is a threat to the country.
I don't think it is a threat, as these people don't come, I don't know what they come with, but mostly they don't come with guns. I don't think it's a threat, but at the same time, those people over 15 days over the sea, yeah, it is, and we have to say it like for the health system.
In his comments, which appeared in the Tribune newspaper, Minister reportedly insisted that the influx of migrants poses a threat to the nation's economy and security. While Dr. Jean-Paul Charles rejected the idea that Haitian migrants were violent, he admits that the Bahamas can't cope with the influx.
That has to stop. Every other day it cannot be like that. Bahamas has no capacity to receive all those Haitians. And 99% of the Haitians come to the Bahamas. They didn't intend for the Bahamas. I don't have to say any other country, but you know that. They're in the way to go to U.S.
So far in 2019, 304 Haitian nationals have been apprehended, with 200 of them taken into custody in the first 5 days of the year. The most recent incident saw 108 migrants captured on a 40-foot sloop around 8 a.m. on Saturday. This latest roundup follows the capture of 54 Haitian migrants in the Abacos on January 3rd and 16 migrants on January 1st after authorities found a wooden sloop off the shore of South Beach, New Providence. While acknowledging that the voyage from Haiti is dangerous, Charles says he doesn't condemn those who attempt to make the trip.
Whenever you are hungry, and then you will find a way, to find food. Just like it is in the Bible, wherever it's corn. If it's in Egypt, whoever else will go to Egypt. It's just like an exodus. They just, as in flux, they just keep going out because they're looking for something to eat. And I think the best way to deal with that is to see how we can, the Haitian government has to do its part to create the atmosphere for the other country to come and then to invest.
Immigration Minister Brent Simonet says there is a network of facilitators who assist migrants attempting to enter the country illegally. When asked about this, Charles says it is well known within the Haitian community that harboring illegal migrants is against the law. However, he says when undocumented migrants show up in his congregation, his religion dictates that he accept them.
Sometimes the politician might say, why we receive them at the church? We are the church. Church is for everybody. Matthew 11:28, Jesus said, everybody come. And if they come in, and some of them may not save in Haiti, some of them will come in the Bahamas, used to be a voodoo priest. When they come here, they meet Jesus. All we can do, we'll help who we can help, but this is not our job to ask them if they legal or illegal. We just help us what we can do.
Back in 2017, Dr. Minnis warned undocumented migrants in the country that they had until the end of the year to regularize their status or leave. However, during 2018, there was no obvious increase in enforcement. Charles says while there are many Haitians who go through the proper channels to come to the Bahamas, many choose the illegal route so they can stay longer and ultimately avoid detection.
When they get visa, they know they're on the radar. When they come here under control, that's what when they come here, they give them 1 week, 2 weeks, they have to go back. But if they come illegal, maybe. But at the same time, risking their lives.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Jared Higgs.
A man was brought before a magistrate today charged with the country's first murder of 2019. Jillian Gray was in court and filed this report.
Marvin Martin of Hospital Lane was brought before Magistrate Cara Turnquest, charged with murder. The 43-year-old is accused of having caused the death of Terrence Roll. Roll is the country's first homicide for 2019. According to police reports, he was walking on Market Street with a group of people when a gunman shot him, then fled on foot. In the aftermath of that incident, a graphic video on social media showed Roll lying on the floor while several women prayed over him. Outside court today, several family members of the accused shouted to him, telling him to hold his head high, while others shouted freedom.
Freedom, Daddy. Not a dingo, man.
A stoic Martin was not required to enter a plea. Now Martin will return to court on February 11th for a voluntary bill of indictment. Until then, he'll wait it out at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. Reporting for our news, I'm Jillian Gray.
Well, also charged in the magistrate's court today was Marlon Williams, also known as Muggy. The 20-year-old was charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of armed robbery. It is alleged that on December 12, 2018, Williams robbed Nerlene Phillip at Manda's Variety Store of $200 and then shot and killed Mario Cartwright, a father of 3, who, according to police, was entering the store as gunmen exited. Williams is not the first to be charged in this matter. On December 20th, 26-year-old Paul Adderley was also charged for murder and robbery in relation to this incident. At the time, his attorney told the magistrate that police had forced him to sign a confession. Both Williams and Adderley will return to court on February 21st for presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment. Well, just 2 weeks after Canada issued an advisory for its citizens to exercise a high degree of caution in Nassau and Freeport, members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Ministry of Tourism were in a heavily tourist-populated area today, examining what could be done to implement more safety measures for locals and visitors. Vandal McKinney works every day along Prince George Wharf in the downtown area selling conch shells. He says because he gets to interact with tourists on a day-to-day basis, he gets to know their needs and concerns a bit. Safety for them, he says, tops the list.
Downtown, most of the people we work with the police. So once you work with the police, when the police are around, we look out. We look out for one another to make sure the tourists are safe. That's my job on this end. I look out to make sure these tourists are safe. The Lord knows, these tourists are only bread and butter.
We spoke with him as police and Ministry of Tourism officials walked the area, speaking with vendors and even some tourists about what can be done to make people, visitors and locals alike, feel more secure.
As we pass, we look at some of the roads, the crack in the road on level roads. We had 1 or 2 concerns last week or last year with 1 or 2 tourists who almost slipped and hurt themselves because of the uneven road. That's one of the main concerns we want to fix. We're looking at the lighting condition. After dark, sometimes we have to rest of that overnight, and tourists are still walking the wharf. So we want to have a better lighting condition.
Chief Superintendent B.K. Barnaby heads the Central Division of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and led Monday's walkabout. He said in talking to those in the area, people generally feel safe, but that there's more that can be done.
We also might look at putting back the police boot that's on the wharf. Some years ago, that was there, and I think I'm speaking with the commissioner to see if we could bring it back. That will also help in policing the wharf.
Just a few weeks ago, Canada issued an advisory urging its citizens to exercise a high degree of caution in the Bahamas. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line did the same for its passengers days later. But Prince George Wharf was buzzing with activity as cruise ship passengers deboarded. For McLinsey Major, who sells souvenirs in the area, security isn't the issue, but cleanliness.
We have people that come out and during the evening when they come to the nightclubs, they do feces and that sort of stuff in the back of our boots. So we have to buy cleaning products and to try to at least freshen up the area a bit. I don't know if you could smell it, sometime if you're passing, you could probably smell it in the air, but that's just about it.
Still to come on our news, the Ministry of Education gets a tech upgrade, plus tensions mounting over a proposed web shop tax. Stay tuned.